All right, guys, this is Mike at GreatStockPicks.com. I'm throwing a list together for Thursday. A lot of this is contingent upon whether or not the SPY is going to bounce. You had a pretty big down day, but it does have some support in this area. So, as always, when trading in the chat room, we'll watch the SPY. But my list that I've put together, BALT, I've never traded this one before. Pretty nice chart, though. Let me draw a little trend line here. You can see I had a pretty strong day today and a weak tape, so only 1 million shares. So it's a thinner stock. Here it is on the weekly. You got a really pretty cup and handle here. So this one is definitely one to watch. BALT, IRM, very big move here. Then it just kind of went into a sideways nothing, and now it's starting to work its way back up. So IRM deserves to be on long watch. And then I've thrown several bounce plays, especially if the market's going to bounce. I like to, after some market weakness, I like to put together a list of potential stocks to watch for a bounce. OMED, definitely a thinner stock, but a big push, about 7 days or so ago, and now has worked its way back down to the 8-day moving average. Shorts that shorted up here are doing pretty well, but at some point, you're getting back down to where it gapped up to, and the 8-day, looking for a bounce pretty soon in this one. I only take these if I get a proper intraday setup, so it's not a blind entry or anything like that. FDO, this one, broke down through the 200-day and has just kept putting in red days, but you do have 64 bucks used to be resistance here, kind of had a base here, resistance here, so 64 bucks has some significance for FDO, so that's an area I'm going to watch if it gets there for a potential intraday bounce. And remember, I'm just trying to come up with day trades by using daily charts. Krispy Kreme, KKD, pushed down through the 200-day today. Already the 3rd day down in a row after this little bear flag after the gap down. But again, 18 gapped above it and then became support for a couple days, then became resistance for a couple days. Almost got to 18 here. So this one is worth watching. On an intraday basis, it really kind of got fast at the end of the day there too. So KKD I like for a possible bounce in this area. AUXL. Some of my favorite bounce plays are stocks that have made a really big move and then down for a few days on lower volume, and you have that in AUXL. So really big 2-day move. Again, back down to the 8-day, 3 days down in a row, much smaller volume than on the upside move. So that's a great candidate for a bounce. RMTI. You can't see it on this chart. Let me slide my little normal. This is my daily chart with normal moving averages on it. These are on the bigger chart. Those are moving averages I use usually in conjunction with 5-minute candles. So that's why they're different. But you can see RMTI 4 days down in a row and hitting the 50-day. So that's why I brought that smaller chart over. I don't have the 50-day on this bigger chart. And well, I can put a horizontal line here as well. At, recent resistance right here. It's peaking down through that 13 number, but again, the 50 days there. So sometimes you get a push through the whole number and then right back up. So RMTI is also another good possible bounce play candidate. And then DVA, man, you had this gap up and it came all the way back down here, but look at this. In 2 days, undid like 6 days worth of selling, and now you've got a couple red days on declining volume again. So this is a good candidate. I don't think it's going to come all the way and do that again. I think it's going to bounce sooner this time. So DVA on watch. And that's my bounce plays plus a couple longs in BALT and IRM. And this has made a lot of my videos, this Abercrombie & Fitch ANF. I still think this is a short. It's just tough to find an idea of when. There it is on the weekly though. And big head and shoulders on the weekly, and nice support at 30 bucks, and it's kind of meandering above that. You can't help but look at this chart and not think that it's at least going to visit 30 here. So with that in mind, it's an interesting possible short one of these days. I mean, certainly below this recent low, 32.41, could easily see 30, but on an intraday basis, it's a little bit tougher. So anyway, I'm going to leave the list at that. That's plenty to start with for Thursday, and we will talk to you later.